So if you joined this phone call, I thank you so much, everybody, for coming tonight and spending time with us. If you join the phone call, that means somebody's invited you and you want to learn more about ketones and really what the nitty-gritty is. So I'm going to start out by talking about how our body normally responds to fat. So our body normally likes to store it. Okay, so the ratios are if you eat more than you burn, everything that you don't burn, you're going to store, and the body loves to do that. And the average American diet, we consume a lot of carbohydrates. Okay, tons of them. My husband and I did a calculation, and on average, way over 300 carbohydrates alone. So the body stores a lot of fat, and it's very efficient and good at it. So what we want to do, what we're doing in our community, is we have a drink that allows you to tap into the resource that burns that fat even at rest. Okay, so what it does is ketones are produced when fat starts to burn. Okay, and so what happens is your body stores a bunch of fat, and then it just doesn't burn it that easily because we don't ever really get into the state. Our body it's very challenging to get our body into a state where it actually uses the fat for fuel, for energy fuel. Okay, and that's called ketosis. So if you're not familiar with ketosis, that's what it is. It's the state at which your body starts burning fat for fuel. And so that's optimal, right? And so when we do that, it actually creates long-lasting energy. Our brain likes ketones better than glucose. So it's been scientifically proven that if you give glucose and ketones can reside in the body at the same time. And then if you give your body ketones, the brain is going to use it and prefer it over glucose because it's more efficient and it can use it better for energy. So that's the state which we want to achieve. Well, you can achieve that by starving yourself for about 5 to 7 days. You can eat a ketogenic diet for a good, real low carb, like freakishly low carb for, a good 12 days, and you might get into some sort of version of ketosis. But the second you start consuming carbs again, you're out and you have to start over again. Same thing with starving yourself. You starve yourself for 5 to 7 days, and then the second you take in carbs of any sort, your body starts over and you have to start again. So that's like really frustrating. And the only other way to get into it is bodybuilders can achieve certain levels of it by working out and muscle building for like several hours a day. Who in the world doesn't want to do that? I don't have time for that nonsense. So prove it through a lot of scientific research, and they have formulated a drink that you can consume 1 time a day. How awesome is that? No fuss. 1 time a day you drink ketones, exogenous ketones, and it puts you into a state of ketosis. Okay, so what it does is when you ingest them, it takes your body and switches it over to its other fuel tank. One fuel tank is glucose, one is ketones and fat burning. So it takes and it's the switch. It goes and it switches it over. So your body is like, man, boom, yes, awesome. And it loves everything and it wants to like run a marathon, and you're smarter. I'm literally smarter when I drink it. I'm not kidding. I'm so dumb in the morning, first thing in the morning. Anyways, so your body switches over to the other fuel tank, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to use glucose for energy anymore and carbs. I'm going to use fat. So it actually starts taking your own fat stores and eating them up. Okay, that's why people start, and we carry our fat mostly in our midsection. Okay, most people do. That's where we carry a lot of our weight, in our midsection. So you'll see people in the before and after photos, a lot of times they'll actually shrink first a lot in their midsection because it's eating your fat stores, and that's where we store them the most. So then it takes that fat and it converts it to energy. Okay, long-standing energy throughout the day. It's better. You let no midday slumps and all that. So it's kind of like a car's fuel tank. So when we fuel our bodies, we want to give it the best it can have, right? It can stand. So if a car wants gasoline, why would you want to give it like water? It wants what it wants, and it runs better on that. So our bodies run better on ketones. It runs better on like for fat for energy, and that is what we're trying to achieve. Benefits. Okay, so why in the world would you want to drink, Keto OS? Well, Prove It is the first to market with exogenous ketones at this level. Okay, so the military and high intense athletes have had access to ketones through the years, but not in this form. Okay, and they've been able to do research and found out that they've had better performance, quicker response times in their sport. It's just truly amazing. And now it's available to the consumer. The consumer can have it, and we can drink it every day. That's pretty spectacular that you can actually drink one drink a day and your body can be a fat burning machine. Like it literally burns fat and uses energy throughout the day. So that's pretty astounding on itself. But another reason is because the drink actually allows you to get in ketosis. Ketosis is that fat burning state. So our drink allows you at like our OS product allows you to get in ketosis. Okay, I'm gonna show you right here. La la la. If you haven't seen the packet, whoa, turn that sucker around. If you haven't seen the packets, these are OS products. Okay, this gets you in ketosis in 60 minutes or less. Okay, so you can test that. People are like, oh, well, how do I know I'm in ketosis? How do I know? Do I just feel it? Well, yeah, you will. You will feel differently. There's no doubt. Okay, you feel better. Your body's going to go through some adjustments probably, but yes, you will feel it. But another way to find out is through a keto stick, and you can buy them at like CVS, Walgreens, pharmacy, and you do a urine test on that about 30 minutes after you drink your drink. And on this one, you drink it about after an hour. And purple. Big time. Okay, so you'll be in ketosis and you'll be able to prove it that way. Okay, so and then I'm going to show you the different drinks, and then I'm going to explain how easy it is to consume it. It's remarkable. I wish you could just time me a little bit, stop and watch. It's like ridiculous. Okay, so we have the OS that gets you in ketosis in about 60 minutes. Okay, and I'll explain what's in them in just one second. And then we have our max. Okay, whoa, I'm not going to show you the lemonade because that's not out yet. Okay, so, but people who have tasted it know how good it is. Yes. Okay, so this is our Maui Punch Max. Okay, it's so good. I love it. I'm a chocolate girl, but we have it in Swiss cacao. Okay, super chocolatey max. These are for, they get you in ketosis within 15 minutes. Okay, or like as little as 15 minutes. And they are for people, designed mainly for people who work out. Okay, it promotes body restoration, and it's going to help you restore your muscles. It protects your muscles, so you're not going to lose muscle mass. Okay, that's a huge concern with people that work out, is they don't want to lose their muscle mass. And with glucose diets, we don't have a lot of muscle protection, so people have to build their muscle and eat a lot of protein. But this will protect your muscle as you work out, and then when you drink it about 30 minutes before you work out, it actually protects, it restores you back and brings you back so that you can feel better quicker. So we have a new flavor. I'll talk about that in a minute. Woo, it's good. And then we have cream. Okay, I don't know if anybody's tried this, but it's so delicious. It's ridiculous. If you're a coffee drinker, this is awesome. Okay, it's an additional drink that we drink. We add into our regimen for ketosis. So to pour ketones into your body with a shaker cup, drink it. You take in ketones through OS or max. Okay. If a lot of people don't have a way, and it's hard for them to get a lot of their good fats in for the day, a lot of good fats, so they need to add some good fats in, and that's what cream does. Cream has a bunch of amazing good fats for you, and I'll talk about the diet in a minute, and it will help understand that. So the good fats help ketosis. Okay, you want to make sure your phone's on mute or your computer's on mute. So they help you get a lot of good fats. These fats metabolize into ketones throughout the day, okay? It is not necessarily the same as drinking this, okay? You want to drink ketones, and this is going to provide you some good fats that also metabolize into ketones throughout the day. It's a little different, okay? So if you don't just do this is an actual add-on into your drinks if you're a coffee drinker, and people put it in other things too. There's a lot of recipes out there. Don't worry about that. Okay, so I'm trying to give up my notes. So I'm going to talk about the ingredients. So orange, okay, orange and cream are our two products that have dairy in them, okay? They have dairy and they have MCT powder in them, okay? So they're going to metabolize differently, a little bit differently in the body than the rest of our products, okay, that have BHB, which is beta hydroxybutyrate. That is the ketone, okay? They all have beta hydroxybutyrate, but these two have MCT powder, okay, from like coconut. So they're gonna they digest a little differently. So you might want to start out with like half a pack and then kind of work your way into it, depending on how you react. I didn't have any negative reactions to it, but everyone's different. Okay, so and on this one, you can probably start with half a pack as well. So people have one another question: why is there sodium? Why is there sodium in Keto OS? Well, Keto OS was formulated with a higher salt concentration in order to counterbalance the sodium that's lost during the ketone supplements. So what the deal is with that is we drink a lot of water, okay? We need salts to facilitate ketosis, okay? It's a binding agent for the ketones. That's how it's able to be dissolved into your system, is through the salts. So we drink a lot of water throughout the day. When you're in ketosis, you want to consume a lot of water. And so you want to stay hydrated. It's really, really important. And that's one of the number one things that we see come back when people are like, hey, I feel this or I feel that. I'm like, how's your water intake? And they're like, well, I'm not drinking a lot. I'm like, well, you need to up your water intake. So that's really, really important to keep in the back of your mind. So I'm trying to remember what it is. Oh, and they're all sweetened. Here's the cool part. They're all sweetened with stevia. It's all natural. All the ingredients are natural. You're never going to have, you're not going to have any issues with artificial sweeteners, artificial flavors, all that stuff. It's 100% super healthy. And it's something, ketones are something your body creates on its own. It's just hard to get there. You know what I'm saying? It's just very challenging to achieve it. So this puts your body in ketosis every single day, and it helps you get to a fat burning state so that the fat gets converted into energy so that you can actually sustain better mental clarity. So I'm going to go over the benefits too. So the benefits that a lot of people see in the very beginning is your energy goes up. Okay, your energy, the mental clarity. I know Rachel experienced it. I shook her up. Hi there, Rachel. She came to my house and I shook her up, put it in a shaker cup for her, and she drank it. And she was like, by the end of the day, she was like, I'm so focused. And I'm so on. Like, what is this? She was also extremely thirsty. We loaded you up with water. You were very thirsty, but immediately she experienced the mental clarity. Now that a lot of people don't even realize they want that. But let me give you a little bit of my story so that you understand where I'm coming from on this. When my daughter was born, she stole my brain. Like, I just became dumber. Okay. For some reason, I could not remember anything very well. I mean, I was already kind of a little bit airheaded, but it was bad. Okay. And so I'm telling you now, like, now I am on. Like, I just feel like I can multitask better. I just feel like I can focus. It's just absolutely wonderful for that. The main thing that I experienced when I first started was the energy. Last year, I had a horrible issue with stress and fatigue, and then weight gain that I couldn't seem to get off by my normal ways to get, weight off. And then all of a sudden in January, like, none of my clothes would zip up, and I was like, what is happening to me? It's just not very fun. So, and then that just compounded. It made me more stressed, and then I ate more. And so my friend Ashley, who's on this call, but you can only see her photo, she kept begging me about drinking this ketone business. I was like, okay, great. And she kept begging me and begging me and begging me. And so finally I was like, okay, you're obviously seeing some results, so I'll give it a shot. When I drank it, my first time to ever drink it, like, it was like, what is this stuff? I don't even know what I'm drinking, and it doesn't even matter. Just give me more. And so I immediately ordered, and then it just kind of grew from there. But what happened was, the first couple weeks, I just didn't honestly see that much change in my body. I did feel kind of like, after about a week and a half, I started feeling kind of like what they call the keto flu, sort of like started feeling like weird. But then Ashley kept drinking. She said, kept drinking it. So I drank it, and then I just busted through that. I was like, man. And so I'm so glad I stuck with it, because I felt like a machine on the other side. Like, it was just ridiculous, and I've never looked back. And then about 2 weeks in, I started like noticing, because I put the scale away, and then which is very recommended, you put the scale away. Okay, this is not a weight loss thing, this is a fat loss, and fat is like bulky. Okay, for its size, it carries this much weight compared to muscle. So you'll lose a lot of bulk, you'll lose a lot of inches, and in the scale might not reflect it as much, but your measuring tape will be your best friend. That is what you're going to go to as your gauge. So what I suggest when you start this is that you take a picture of yourself, which I wish I would have done, but I didn't. So you take a picture of yourself in a slim fitting outfit, or whatever you want to call that, and then you do front, side, and everything. Then you write down your measurements and your weight, and you write it down, and you put the date, and then you store it away. And then you pull that out again in about 10 days, because you're going to get past your 5 days, and you're going to keep going, and you're going to get in 10 days, and you're going to see what it is right then. But I'm guarantee you're going to see a huge shift on that measuring tape, okay, more than your actual weight. And so anyways, what happened to me is I all of a sudden started just shrinking. Like, it was like, what is even happening to me? About 2 weeks in, and clothes just started fitting again, and like things started getting looser, and I was like, what is this? And that was just like a big bonus, because honestly, what I wanted, I did want, a little bit to fit my clothes again, but I wanted the energy. I was so tired of having so much fatigue and brain fog. And this was a total bonus. I mean, it was amazing. And so far, in about 2.5 months, I wanted to lose the last 10 pounds, okay? So in 2.5 months, I lost 3 dress sizes and 19 pounds and kept it off. And I feel better than I have ever. And I'm at the weight I was when I got married 14.5 years ago, which is astounding, okay? So it is possible for everyone, and I just recommend that you just keep going. Just keep going. You're going to hit, you might hit little issues along the way if you do, but just keep going and keep drinking it, and you will see a breakthrough. Everybody has their own breakthrough at a different time, but you will see that breakthrough, and that is like this light bulb moment when you're like, wow, this is incredible, and it's worth it. Hi, Amber. You can see me. And she's had hers too. Like, I'm going to give a little testimony for her. She kind of went off and on it and was like, you know, I'm doing this. No, yes, I am. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. No, I'm not. But when she started sticking with it, she really saw it's really working. It's really making her feel better. And she's like, this is how much I've lost. This is just, my stuff's fitting better. And now, you know, she can see like there's like a massive light at the end of the tunnel of what for her goals. So I really recommend that you just keep going and be encouraged, because it's pretty much like the best thing for your health. Your body wants it. It's healthy, and it's awesome because you're drinking it in like the new stages of our company. We're going to have new flavors. We're going to have all this stuff come up. And this is the time to really jump on and start doing it and learn. And so if you have any questions, I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon because I know y'all want to, you know, get to whatever show y'all like to watch. But so I want to wrap this up by saying, hey, you know, get with the person that, or the person that contacted you and invited you to this call, which I'm so happy y'all came. Get with them and ask any other questions. Okay, we're all a team. We work together as a big team. We support each other, and that's what we're here to do, is to help you be like, just be better. We're help make better choices and to show your better self. One more thing before I leave, and this is the question that people came up with: what's the diet? Do we change our diet? Okay, everyone's like, oh, is she going to talk about diet? Oh no. Okay, here's the deal. You can drink ketones and stick to your diet. Really, you can. Now, I don't necessarily recommend that, to be honest with you, because about 2 weeks in, I started shifting my eating habits, okay? I was fine. I did not start out dropping my carbs right off the bat. I just drank. Just put water and ice in there, fill it up, drink it. That's all you gotta do. Don't worry about it. And then maybe you wanna, on the second week, I actually did this earlier today, so thank you for the inspiration. For the second week, maybe you start, you know, experimenting with different recipes that we have on our group, okay? Maybe you do that in the second week. And maybe in the third week, you just start just working in dropping your carbohydrates and increasing your good fats. Maybe you just kind of work that in slowly. There's no reason to go cold turkey and not have like 5 grams of carbs a day. There's just no reason for that. I mean, just work it in, try to make little tiny choices along the way, and then 3 months down the road, you'll find that your cravings change and that you want different things than you thought you used to. And that's what happened to me. I'm a bread and sweets-aholic by nature, okay? And this has just shifted me completely over. I don't even crave that stuff. It reduces your cravings. I don't crave that stuff no more. So you just have to give it time, inch it, baby steps, and go through the process. Don't over pressure yourself. If you have a day that you know, cheat day or whatever, it's giving me a notice. And if you have a little cheat day or whatever, don't give up. Don't not drink it on those days. That's the day that you need to drink it. I mean, like, it's going to protect you. It's going to help you. It's going to burn the fat while you're doing all this crazy eating. Drink the drink. Like, it's not like, that sounds so like, drink the Kool-Aid or something. No, just really drink it, because it's going to help you every single day. Don't skip, because here's the deal. If you skip, if you do this and then you try to go a few days when you're on vacation, don't take it or whatever, you have to start again. Like, you have to start the whole whatever detoxing, whatever again. Just keep going. It's consistency, and you'll be several months down the road, and then you'll be like, so glad I did this. So glad I just kept going. And so for the food, we just recommend high good fats. We're talking about salmon, avocado, nuts. You can have bacon, just don't have it every single meal. But you're going to do high good fats, moderate protein. Don't overdo your proteins, because those do convert into glucose eventually. And then lower carb. Okay, so we're talking about, if you could cut out your breads, your pastas, your rice, your sweets, that's a huge load. Your sodas, all those things add up throughout the day. And if you cut some of it out, you're going to see your results just skyrocket. Okay. And you're going to feel better, and ketosis is going to be just magnified. So if y'all have any questions, I'm going to let this go because the timer is running out. So y'all like contact your people, contact all the people that got to you. They're probably going to contact you right after the call, and then let's get this started. So if you'll have any questions, contact them, and we should be good to go. Does anyone like want to share, like through a chat, like have any questions I can answer like super fast? Let's see. I don't know. I don't see any. So I hope you'll have a blessed evening. I hope y'all just try it. Just give it a shot. Ask your people for a 5-day and try this, because it's the best thing you'll do for yourself. All right? I love all of you. Good night, everyone.